the comments. Yeah, they going in on Ricky, the comments. I'm rolling while the vibe stays sticky.
If anyone had 3 million pages of documents on you as an American, accusations, testimonies, people, 3 million pages on you, you don't think you'd be in court answering to it at least, guilty or not? They're bringing charges. What they're not doing in this situation is bringing charges against anyone. They act like Epstein and who's the young lady that was helping him out, Ghislaine Maxwell is her name. They're acting like they're the only ones guilty here. But what you're about to hear is much worse.
Now, be forewarned, I'm going to read some of these to you, and they are not good. This is not good. Some of the things that are the accusations in here. One accusation reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. And the response, so these are complaints, and then in the next column is response, and then criminal history is on the right-hand side. Now, they've redacted all the criminal history. I'm not sure who's the criminal history? Who are they talking about? The criminal history of the perpetrator or the victim? Unclear.
All right. So what's being said here, what she just explained was there was an accusation, a document, someone gave testimony to investigators or somebody, right, that said, hey, I was 13, 14 years old, which once again, we can debate whether that's a child or not. I personally don't think that's a child. I think it's a young person. We can talk more about that later. But they say, hey, I was 13, 14 years old, and I was forced or put in a situation where I felt pressure to give oral stimulation to a certain Donald Trump. As a goofy young person, I bit them, and while doing this, and then, oh man, this is tough to explain. And then they smacked me or physically assaulted me beyond sexually because I joked or giggled or laughed. Probably an insecurity for a person doing this in a situation, right? Not that we've all been there, but you can understand. And that can be scarring for a lifetime if not treated well at those ages. Let's just say that. So yeah, this is brutal. And there's so much more.
The response to that was spoke with caller who identified lead was sent to Washington office to conduct interview. Okay, but what happened with that? We don't know. Here's another one. At age 16, while modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, caller reported that she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin raped her best friend, and a third brother, Tal, raped a 14-year-old girl named Redacted. Caller named other individuals involved, big orgy parties with her, other young girls, and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Online complaint reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked about what went on there or who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts. Complainant claims to have video of high-profile sex parties, dealings with cartels, and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at a party. That's a name I haven't heard in these Epstein files before. Maybe you have, but I haven't heard Robin Leach.
Robin Leach. Some of us remember Robin Leach from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Like Kim said, I haven't heard of anybody myself in the Epstein files. I haven't heard of Robin Leach in the Epstein files. Let's just say that. Now, the names keep popping up. But the victim and the victims keep popping up. We don't get names of these victims, so it's hard to bring them to life except through these words of what they've reported. Once again, millions of pages of reporting that, hey, something's going on here. And this something is being brought by an outside government's spy on us that is using sex trafficking to control our country. This means it doesn't matter who you vote for. None of that matters. But let's get back to what Kim was saying. A reading. Young girls or young women being threatened with death if they explained what was happening to them. Young women being threatened with becoming fertilizer on golf courses, on Trump properties, if they said anything about what was happening to them. So many people bearing witness to these actions. So many people there, watching, participating. All the people we look up to. All the people we fund and finance through our viewership. You pay them every time you watch them. You watch them on ABC, NBC, YouTube, anywhere. You're putting money in their pockets. That's why I suggest to you tonight and every other night that you only watch truth tellers and those who are truly doing God's work. I'm a Christian, but I'm not like all Christian every day and everything, but God is God. I don't care what religion you are. You know right from wrong, don't you? This story gets much worse, so I'll speak less and say less.
In the comments, yeah, they going in on Ricky. The comments, I'm rolling while the vibe stays sticky. Ricky's on a mission, let him hate, let him feed. In the comments, they can't bring him to his knee. In the comments, they wildin', think